Hello and welcome to a special episode. This is the last week of the regular season. I'm going to update you with Week 12 updates. There wasn't a lot to talk about, but I'm going to go over that real quick. And then we're going to talk about playoff implications. Are you in or are you out? And also, don't forget, the sacco is a real thing this year. If you're last place, that means you have to do a punishment based on what we all come up with. If you don't do the punishment, you will no longer be able to be in this league unless you do the punishment. Alright, so let's get right into Week 12. Week 12, like I said, there's not much to really talk about, but we can talk about the nail biter that happened between me and Bills Mafia 84. It all came down to basically the last day, I believe on Monday. Of course, I was a little nervous because DeAndre Hopkins had 27.4 points. That did not look good for me. However, I did get lucky with DJ Moore giving me 31.4 points. It doesn't really help Bills Mafia 84 when my good old Michael Thomas got me 26.1 as well. So I ended up coming out with a win with a score of 152.5 to 148.5. Now let's not count out Bills Mafia 84 because he can still squeak into the playoffs if he wins and other teams lose. Let's all see. That's why this week is very, very important to make sure that you're starting your lineups and making sure that you pull off this last win. Another game that I thought was really interesting was Team 6 Rings. He crushed Ice Cold Brewskis with a score of 136 to 71.7. Looks like Team 6 Rings is on a streak. I can say the same thing about Ice Cold Brewskis, but in the other direction. So this is the last game of the regular season on Week 13. Remember, trades are over. And like I said, the sacco punishment is real. So make sure you're starting your lineups even if you're out of the playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, who's in, who's out? Let's break it down right now. Teams that are in are as follows. Feel Pain, Steel Rain, Team Hot Mom 696, The Nutritional Beast, Illian J Wolves, New York Giants Girl 24 are definitely in. There are teams that are on the bubble. These teams include Team 6 Rings, Team Bandcamp 1984, Ice Cold Brewskis, Bills Mafia 84, and I believe Rum Drinkers is out, but if he wins, there might be a possibility he can kind of wiggle his way in there. So, before I go, I have to say, as you can see, I'm all dressed up in my Bills jersey and my hat. I'm always a Bills fan. I've always been a Bills fan since I was little. And it's just really cool to see the Bills beat the Cowboys, or should I say the Cowgirls. They beat them on Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving was really great for me, and I'm sure other Buffalo Bills fans, especially ones that are in this league, were very happy to see the Bills beat the Cowboys. It's really cool. It didn't happen since 1994 actually, was the last time the Buffalo Bills were playing during Thanksgiving. So it was really cool for me to watch them because I'm in Florida and I can never get the games because I don't have the package. So it was a really cool game, but enough of that. Just make sure you guys are starting your lineups because next week is the playoffs. And as always, remember, if your team sucks, it's only your fault.